Hello everybody and welcome to ArtSphere. My name is Joey McQuillan and we are going to take a little bit of a different detour towards going into the saxophone tutorial because I forgot everything. I completely forgot about the saxophone itself. So we'll be taking a look at the saxophone, its specific parts, and how each single key is used and specifically detailed and lettered, and taking a look at each sort of material you need for an alto saxophone specifically. Now, I do not have a mouthpiece, but the mouthpiece is going to be just a major sort of component that comes right on this little cork. You place it on here. It's going to come in three different pieces. It's going to be the mouthpiece, the reed, and the tightener that comes with the mouthpiece. So you put the base plastic black mouthpiece on here, then you put the reed on top, like there's a huge little gap between, and then you put the metal tightener on top of both, and then you tighten it so the reed can stick onto the mouthpiece, and there you go. You would have a full, somewhat half saxophone. But putting it on here would make it so that you can actually play the saxophone. And well, you can play just this little piece right here, but that won't really get you any sort of overall musical intent. Then the next is the neck strap. The neck strap will help you with the support of the saxophone without having to lug it around either standing or sitting. Usually standing for jazz musicians, but sitting works exceptionally well when they have specifically this neck strap. And then finally, the saxophone itself. It's going to be a little bit heavy, but you'll get used to it over time once you carry the case around for long enough. The saxophone has many extremely overwhelming different buttons, all the way from here, from the basic little 8 here, to the small tiny ones that are either rarely used or somewhat used, and definitely used in some instances. So let's start at the top. There, at the top, there's a little tightener specifically for this. So once you have your mouthpiece ready to go, you can place this right in here and see if it's alright. And so to make it a little bit more fastened, since it's a little loose, you tighten it with this screw right here to see if it's good. Alright, a little bit more. There we go. So let's go to the closest buttons that we're going to be using in the future. So let's go to this button right here, the Octave Changer. So this button right here you would use to, well, change octaves. So if I do, well, a single key right here, then if I press the octave, it goes one octave higher. So this is the B key. So if I go to regular B, it goes to high B. And then if I go to regular A, and then press the octave right here, it goes to high A. And then once I press all three keys, which is the G key, and then press the octave here, it goes to high G. Okay, so that's the basics about the octave. So let's talk about the regular keys. Like I said, the first key is the B key. It's just an easy way to think of this like a recorder. If anybody has used a recorder at all, just think of these three as the basic ones that you know. B, A, C, G. Ooh, B, A, G. And then this key is specifically used in some instances, but we're not going to be really talking about that in class or in this video. So it's B, A, G, and then if you let go of both the B key and the G key, you get the C key. So that's pretty interesting, going from B, A, G, and then letting go would be C. And then let's go to the other half. So this is going to be where basically the low to medium sounds will be. It will be F, E, and D. Oh wait, no, it's, yeah. F, E, and D. So you go from this key, and that key, and then for F sharp, which is going to be used for our G scales, you go here. And then, and that's really about it for the keys. And for posture, you have to have it be completely standing straight up or a little bit angled to accustom towards your fingering position. So the fingering position will be thumb on the octave on this little checker-like piece. So you can rest your thumb and be ready to press the octave key. Have your first 3 fingers, either left or right, depending. Well, yeah, it's left first for the 3 top keys. And then for your right hand, you would do the bottom 3 keys, while having your pinky on one of these keys for specific other notes that we'll go on to talking about. For example, the C key, the low C key. And having your hand be reaching around, so for any sort of other specific keys that you might need to talk about later on during your time as playing saxophone, you can touch base on those to make it a lot easier to focus on if you need to for any sort of specific type of music. And that's about it for the saxophone itself. Now for playing the saxophone, you would have to, we'll figure that out in a later video. Thank you so much. Well, alright. We're not done yet. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So, to dismantle the saxophone, it's pretty easy. You unscrew the middle. You slowly take this off, just to not uphold any damage. Then you would slowly take the mouthpiece off. Then remove the tightener first, and then the reed. Place the reed in its container, and then place the mouthpiece back where it is, right here, and then place the middle part right in here. And then big saxophone. Oh, yeah, big saxophone right in here. But finally, I almost forgot a huge amount of big detail. The neck strap. Where do you put it? Where would you put it? You need to put it right on this ring, right here, and then it hooks on. And just like that, you got your neck strap. You put it around your neck, and there you go. You got a full saxophone standing up or sitting down without any sort of problem. And then to unhook it, it's the same thing as hooking it. And then you finally place the saxophone down, and then don't forget your neck strap. I definitely do remember forgetting my neck strap is on my neck from time to time. Placing it down slowly, and then putting back your saxophone, and then closing it up, and it's all ready to go to another sort of lesson. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope I get to see you guys next week. Take care.